Hello friends, welcome you all here in this particular session. We will discuss here some questions based on average. See one thing that average is a kind of topic in which you can understand the allegation as well. You can solve the different kind of questions by employing allegation is a tool, right? It's a kind of tool you can use here so that you can minimize the time factor in most of the advanced level question in respect of average I am talking about, right? Generally, it can be seen that the question in prelims examination not very easy but moderate to some high level what is going on in today's pattern. Okay, so keeping that thing in mind, we will solve some advanced level question as well based on average topic, and we will employ the allegation tool so that you can understand the process in a better note, and definitely you yourself can solve more number of questions, the advanced level question I am talking about, so that you can feel that yes, this question can be solvable in the upcoming prelims, whether it is in PO as and clerical examination. Okay, so that is what's the brief introduction on this particular slide. Let us moving to the first question on the average topic, and let's see how we can solve this and what should be the best possible approach we will follow here, right? So here's the first question. 5 options are there and you have to solve it. The average height of the first 8 army personnel is 175 cm, and average height of the last 6 army personnel, that is 170, and the average height of the total 16 army personnel, that is 176. Okay, so 3 different sets are given and you have to find out the average height of the rest of the 2 army personnel, right? So rest 2 it's talking about, that is first 8 and the last 6, that means 8 for 6 14 and 6 16 total, so 2 persons left here, right? So first 8 persons, so first 8 average is 175 and the last 6, that is 170. What it's talking about, the average of all 16, that is 176. This is the average of all 16, right? Now here see, one less than the average, the actual average, that is 176. So one less, that is minus 1. Minus 1 for how many persons? That is 8. So multiplied by 8. This is minus 8 less in centimeter. So minus 8 should be added to this part, right? So plus 8. This is the average age of the rest of the 2 persons we can employ. Why? Because 176 is the total average age of all the 16 army personnel. So if we consider that all the 16 personnel are having 176, but this is not actually true. Actually 175 centimeter for 8 persons, and in the second case the last 6 army personnel, that is 170. So minus 10 for each of these 6 persons. So for 6, last 6, that is multiplied by 6. So 60 less here. 6, okay, this is 10 less, not 6, this is 10 less. This is 6 less, right? 6 less, that is minus 36. So here it's minus 36. We have to fix this here on the total average, that is 44. So 44 is less here. To make 176 the average height of all the 16 army personnel, we have to add 44. So we have already had some information, that is 8 army personnel average height, that is 175, and 6 army personnel, that is average height is 170. So whatever we can fix, that is only can be doable by the rest of the 2 army personnel. So rest of the 2 army personnel's average age should be 176 is the basic. That is the basic average age. But we have to add 44 extra. Why? Because all the rest of the 14 persons average age is not 176 but less than that. So to fix this part, we have to add something extra. So 44, this is the rest of the 2 persons. This is already the average age. So we have to make this one as also average. So 22. So 176 plus 22, that gives us 198, which is in centimeter, right? So our answer here is option C. Moving to next one. Here's the question number 2. Second here. The average weight of the 5 frames, that is A, B, C, D, E, is x plus 6. A plus B plus C plus D. That is the average of weight, that is x plus 6 kg. right? While the average weight of C and E, okay, 2, but that 2 is also mentioned. Which 2? C and E, that is X minus 6 kg. If the weight of the another person F is also added, then the average weight of all of them reduced by 5 kg. Remember this statement. Understand it. Person F, if it's getting added, so initially here is 5 friends, right? 5 friends. Now it becomes 6 friends. Adding F. So what is the average age then? That is 5 less. That is X plus 1. Earlier average age X plus 6. So average weight of all of them reduced by 5 kg. That is X plus 1 is the new average age. Now find the value of X if the average weight of A, B, D and F is 94.5 kg. Now one thing you should understand, that C and E, that is X minus 6, and this all 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all 5 average is, that is X plus 6, right? That is X plus 6. Now weight of the another person F is also added. That's why the average age becomes X plus 1. Now this 5 kg reduce is happen only by adding this F, extra F. So after adding F, the average is reduced by 5 kg. So what is the total number of persons then? That is A to F it's talking about. A to F. Total number of persons is 6. So the total reduction that is 5. This is the reduced part, 5 kg for every person. Total reduction, that is 30 kg here, right? This 30 kg reduction from the earlier average age would give you the average age or the age of F, right? If we reduce this 30 kg from the earlier average age, that is the age of F, because after this operation, that is the average age reduced by 5 is happening only after adding F, right? So only after adding F, if the reduction 5 kg is happening in the average age, that means what? That means the total reduction of age is only happening because of F. So this less amount of weight would be carried out by F only, right? So F weight 30 kg less than the initial average age. That is the meaning of the statement. So this is X plus 6 minus 30. This is the F age, right? This is X minus 24. The F weight, right? Now find the value of F if the average weight of A, B, D and E. So average weight of all 4, that is 4 here. A, B, D, this is 3, not 4, and age of F, that is X minus 24, right? Now 3 plus 4, that is 4x, 418 minus 6. This is the average age, and this is total average total age for all 4. So we have to divide it by 4 to get the average, which is given as 94.5. Now this is X minus 1.5 equals to 94.5. So value of X, that is 96 kg. So value of X, what we have to find out, that is the value of X, 96 kg. Option B is the correct choice, right? Moving to next one here. Here's the next question. In an exam 150 marks, the average marks of the 40 students are 76. If the top 3 scorers of the class leave, the average score falls down by 1. If the other 2 toppers except the highest topper scored not more than 85, then what is the minimum score the toppers can score? This is a very logical question and very easy question if you understand the logic here, right? There is not much about touching pen and paper, but yes, you can understand it, at its best possible manner. You can solve it easily. 40 students, 76 is the average marks. So students here, that is 40. Average marks, that is 76. Now average score falls down by 1, that is 75. If toppers, 3 toppers removed, that is 37, right? Now what is the total score of all the topper 3? Topper 3, average, this is the basic, this should be there. This is the topper it's talking about, so we can take that the average value that should be there, that is the basic minimum, because we are dealing with the top 3 scores. Now, the remaining part. From where we can get it? This is 75. After removing the topper 3, average age becomes 75, but this is not actually 75, this should be 76. So, this one in average less, where does it go? This will add it to the topper part, that is 37 students is there, so one less in average, so 37 multiplied by 1, this is the less part goes to this topper section, that is added here, 37, right? So this is the total score, this is 228 plus 37, this gives us 265, right? This is the total top 3 scorers. Now, if the other 2 toppers except the highest topper scored not more than 85. So it's talking about this is highest, this is the second highest, this is the first highest, right? This is the second highest and this is the third highest. Now, 2 toppers except the highest. So this is talking about not this but these 2. This second topper and third topper not more than 85. We can take one is 85, one is less than 85. Anything that is immediately less, that is 85, 84, 80, 70, anything we can take, but we have to consider what it is asked. Then what is the minimum score that toppers can score? See one thing, if we take here 85, 80, should we get the minimum score by the topper? No, absolutely not. One important thing you should understand, that if this is 85, these 2, this second highest and third highest, if these 2 are getting maximum at its best possible manner, then only we can get the minimum score secured by the topper, not the otherwise. Otherwise means, if you think that the second highest score are not more than 85, so we can simply take this is 80, this is 70. What do you think? After adding this, will you get the minimum score can be secured by topper? Absolutely not. This will get significantly increased. So if it is asked that the minimum score you have to find out by the topper, then whatever the maximum possible scenario you can take in respect of the second highest and third highest score, you have to go for it. Only then you can get the minimum score secured by topper. Understand my point of view here? Right. Let's go for it. So 85, and this is what the minimum set we can take here, that is minimum or maximum, whatever you can say, because we have to follow the minimum score secured by topper. So this is not 80 but 84. Nothing else we can take here, because everyone's score is different, right? That should be understandable. The high score should not score more than 85. The 2 other toppers, that is except highest one, right? So second highest and third highest should be either way. That means second highest, obviously it logically follows that 85 for the second highest and 84 is for third highest. So sum this up and subtract both these values from 265, you will get the first highest scorer. So 85, this is 180, 180 minus 84, 80, so 100 minus 4, this is 96. So first highest scorer, that is 96 here, right? Hope this is clear here. I hope you get the logic. So option E is the correct choice. Understood? Moving to the question number 4 here. Here it is. The average salary of each trainee in a startup is 90 rupees, and the average salary of 16 trainee, that is given 708.75, and the average salary of the rest, that is 75. So what we can employ here, we will definitely use allegation, but one important thing you should understand, that on which basis we should use the allegation process. Here, see, the startup, that is the amount here 90, here's the amount 75, here's the amount 708.75. So clearly we can deal with these amounts here, right, in respect of 3 different scenarios. So first one, that is 90. 90 is that okay, 90 we cannot take at the either end but at the midpoint, because this is the average of all, and either way this is 75 or 708.75. And one important thing I can mention here, generally it can be followed that the left side value less than the right side value, but yes, in either way you can take, because in the ratio form you should just simply take the reverse of what you are getting from this particular process. Only then you can get the correct answer. Otherwise, there is no hard and fast rule that you should take the less amount in the left hand side and the right amount right side, the larger amount, comparatively the large amount. Okay, so there is no hard and fast rule, just follow the pattern, absolutely fine it would be. So take the difference here. What's the process in allegation? So this is 15, and what's the difference here? That is 61875. Here's the decimal point, right? So now take the ratio here, 61875. We can take a multiplication of 100 here, but we will not do that. Better process, that is 0.75. 0.75, if we multiply with some value, that gives an integer value. Is there anything coming to your mind? Yes. So 0.75 multiplied by 4 gives 3. So numerator and denominator multiplied by 4, this is 60, this is 2472 plus 3, right? So this gives us 2475, and this is 12, this is 4, this is 9, this is 5. So this is 3, 16, 5, this is 3, 4. So 4 by 165. Now see, either of these two values, two parts, absolute value is given, that is fixed salary of 16 trainees, that is 708.75. What is the ratio we are getting here? 165 ratio 4. But what the basic process here, you should reverse the ratio, only then you can get the relative value. So this 4 part denotes to 16 here, that is this part. So this difference is more, that means the weightage of this part is less. Difference is less, that means the weightage of this part is very, very high, right? So weightage of this part is less because the difference is more, 165, the difference is more, only then we can take the reverse of the whatever the ratio we are getting, right? Because here the difference is more, that's why the weightage of this part is less. If the difference is less in this part, that means the weightage of this part is very, very high, significantly high. So this 4 unit equals to 16, so this should be also multiplied by 4, that is 660, right? And don't confuse that how many trainees the startup initially have, you just simply mark 660. Mark this statement very carefully, that how many trainees does the startup initially have. That means you should add both these two. 16 plus 660, that is 676, which is the answer here. So option, okay, so this is something we have to fix here. Okay, fix this one, 676, option A. Make the option A is the as the correct one, right? 676, right? And if it is asked that how many trainees does the startup at 75 rupees, right? Average salary is 75 rupees. What is the number of trainees in that particular set? Then only you can mark 660 as the correct answer. But it's talking about startup initially have, that means 16 plus 660, total 676 is the answer here. Moving to the next question, question number 5 here on your screen. The average weekly per head of all the employees, supervisors plus laborers is 100 rupees. Okay. The average weekly salary per head of all the supervisors is 600. Okay. So supervisor, that is 600 here. And the average weekly salary per head of all the laborers is talking about, that is 75. And average of all the employees, that is 100 rupees. This is the average is given, right? Always keep one thing in mind, that the average, if it's given, if there is supervisor, laborers, or in some other form it can be given, average should always comes in place in between the two. Okay. Take the difference here. As usual, we follow in the allegation process. This is 500. Take the reverse, that is 1:20. So 1 part of supervisor, 20 part of the laborer, correspondingly give us that 100 rupees as the average salary of all the employees. So any particular data's absolute value is given, maybe 600 laborers. So this is 600. This is 600 means multiplied by 30. So what is the number of supervisors? That is 30 here, right? Okay, so option A is the correct one, right? I hope you understood the process of allegation along with solving some average based question, and solve more number of similar type questions so that you can get better at it, and you can also minimize the time factor here in this particular set. In each and every topic, I repeatedly mention that try to minimize the time factor. This has some importance. If you, during your practice session, if you can minimize the time factor, only then there are several aspects can happen whenever you are going to take the actual examination. Maybe there is some external hindrances come there, something technical issue, there somewhere the system is not working very well. Everything can happen. So we have to keep ourselves very comfortable at the worst possible scenario. So that's why I am mentioning repeatedly that try to minimize the time factor in each and every possible questions you are going to make. Okay, so that's all for now. Thanks for watching.